Hello everyone! Welcome. Don't worry, no OBS failing today. Honestly, it's probably for the best. As much as I did miss kind of streaming yesterday, it's probably for the best, as yesterday I was very under the weather. I'm feeling on a upswing now, which is good. So it's probably for the best. Anyway, we are live today. I'm Isaac Umbras, and we are playing Enthusia Professional Racing. We're doing alright, I think. We have the beautiful Lotus Esprit with this wonderful little the Type 907 engine, beautiful little inline 4 2-liter. Gosh, that car looks gorgeous. I love the Esprit. Anyway, let's dive in. Let's do this chat. We got a lot of options here today. A lot of options for racing. So let's do the low ensuing challenge. You know, there's this vehicle. It takes its delivery inspiration from the John Player special. I'm waiting for what I'm sorry. I do apologize for missing the stream yesterday. Like I said, a combination of OBS not working properly and me just feeling very under the weather. Like, I think after I decided to cancel the stream, like, I laid down. I think I slept for, like, until, like, 10:30. So for, like, another, like, hour and a half or so. Yeah, I think I needed that. That was definitely a big help. Holy moly, that was a big help. I dare you, OBS. Nah. To be fair, like, the OBS issue, like, I eventually got it solved kind of a little bit later in that night. It was a minor thing. It was a user error. But to be fair, it was a combination of that and more so probably me just feeling genuinely a little bit ill. You can probably tell my voice hasn't been fully back. And I still got a little bit of a lingering cough, but I feel like I'm on the upswing. I'm on the upswing on that front, so. And I get to talk about some gorgeous vehicles today, so I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, the Lotus Esprit would be a good car for you to draw. Very angular, a lot of that straight lines, but still got that classic, beautiful look. I think a good one to do. Something like this, or another one of like the like that kind of styling. By the way, maybe the BMW M1. Like the road-going M1. That could be a solid option. Or like the Lancia Delta. Integrale Evo 2. You know, a lot of like the kind of straight lines. Very rectangular. Beautiful looking vehicles. That's one thing I'm excited about. Recently completely crashed on 100%. Hell yeah! Congrats on 100%. Always fun, although also always painful. Going towards like the 100% completion and everything. Holy moly! It is amazing, but it is painful as well. But no, that is one thing I am actually super excited about. Is eventually going back to like the later tuner Need for Speeds. Like the, you know, 2015 Payback and Heat, and that type of stuff. I'm excited to eventually play them. It's been a little while since I've played them, especially Payback. I want to see how well that's held up. So that'll be pretty cool to see. But congrats completing Crash Time 3 to 100%. That's the good stuff, man. I don't need to complete Crash Time Monaco. Yeah, I've not played any of the Crash Time games. I've heard mixed things about them. So it'd be cool to kind of give them a go. Ah, this thing is absolutely beautiful. The 2-liter Type 907 engine, a bespoke Lotus engine, aluminum block, super lightweight, with the cast iron or wet liners, basically the sleeves or the pistons go into for the durability instead of having to deal with aluminum alloys or any specialized expensive coatings. The cast iron what liners combined cost efficiency with ease of thermal expansion and everything without having any too much issues with that the durability, the extra hardness and surface durability compared to aluminum. Very, very nice. 16 valves, double overhead cam, producing around 160 horsepower in the European versions, around 140 horsepower in the American versions, as it had to deal with a bit stricter emissions laws and everything. Oh my gosh, this is nice. Very smooth, very planted with that backbone chassis. Similar, although not identical. I did a bit of research on it. Very similar to the backbone chassis that was used in the DMC DeLorean, but not quite a one-to-one. As the DeLorean's backbone chassis needed to be readjusted to better suit the rear engine nature and the V6 engine that was installed versus the transversely mounted. Transversely mounted? I think it was transversely mounted. It might have been longitudinally mounted. I don't remember exactly. I gotta look that up again. Inline 4, but either way, the mid-engine inline 4 of the Esprit, as well as slightly different mounting points and a completely different mounting body as well, with the DeLorean being stainless steel, whereas the Lotus Esprit was a fiberglass stressed skin type of design. So slightly different structural integrity as well compared to how it was mounted to the body. A little bit of a mid-engine moment there. Mid-engine moment on the brakes. little bit of a mid-engine moment on the brakes, but that's all right. It will still be enough to get this leveled up and everything. There we go. Smooth through the corners. Keep it going. Keep it going. Full send. A little bit of a twitch there. Thankfully managed to get under control. A little bit of a graze of the curbing there. Alright, come on. Let's do this. I was about to say yesterday. What did you forget to say yesterday? To be fair, I didn't quite give you the chance because I had to cancel the stream yesterday. But what did you not get the chance to say yesterday? There we go, lighter weight. Making this thing even lighter. And we got better grippy boys. Grippy boys! I love the grippy boys. My apologies, got a slight tick on my throat. Let me get a drink of water real quick. Ah, that's much better. Having a long walk on a streets found for my... Oh, nice. 5 different Mustangs or the same Ford Mustang 5 times? Because it's the same Ford Mustang 5 times. I think you got a new stalker. But hey, they at least got a good taste in cars. Right? They at least got a good taste in cars. Oh, that's a bad joke to make, Isaac. Ah, but this is amazing. The Esprit shares the same 5-speed manual transactional as the Lotus Europa in front of us, actually. So we have the same style transmission, the Citroen-derived transaxle. So we share a little bit of the that DNA, as well as having the steel backbone chassis type of design. That was slightly different because, you know, different dimensions, different requirements and everything of the Elite Esprit versus the Europa. So let's get that sorted. So it's one Mustang Mach 1 mod. Ooh, okay, so that's what, like the Gen 4. 2 for Mustang GTs, nice, and 1 Classics is nice, hell yeah. So the Mark 1s is probably what, like I think it was the Gen 4 that was the Mark 1, right? Something like that. The Gen 4 Mark 1s look nice anyway. Oh, that sounds so nice as well. And we're still only at level 1 engine upgrades. It's gonna sound great once we get it at the level 2. An old school twin carb inline 4 that's been upgraded. Oh, it's gonna sound beautiful. Especially because it is fairly high revving. 7,000 RPM in the 70s is nothing to sniff at. That is quite good. That is very, very good. Oh boy. Alright, graze. Ow. Oh, okay, good. That still counts within track limits. I will gladly take that. But no, I mean that is a lot of Mustangs found. That's pretty awesome, man. Especially Mustangs aren't quite as common where you're from and everything. That is sweet. Like, I know for me, I got excited because I saw a Golf R the other day. That bright blue Golf R. That was cool as hell. It was just in the parking lot of the grocery store I went to, and I'm like, damn! It was like going to the far side of the parking lot, otherwise I would have went over and gotten a picture. But it was nice. That beautiful blue. And it was unmistakable Golf R as well, because you could see like the rims and the extra little arrow bits and everything. If it wasn't a Golf R, someone got a body kit to make it look very, very similar to a Golf R. Ooh, a little bit spicy. A little bit spicy. But we got this. Let's kick butt. Get a little bit of airtime here. Whee! Gosh, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I love the Esprits. I love Lotuses. I'm just sad that Gran Turismo 7 doesn't have any Lotuses. It is a staple that they are severely missing, I think, especially compared to the older Gran Turismo games where Lotus is like one of like the cars to, you know, getting everything. Same with TVR. Like, you only got really the the Tuscan Speed 6. Like, having so many more options would be super cool. Getting like the Griffith 500, the Cigaras, the Chimera and everything. Like, that would be sweet. I imagine with defunct companies, it's a little bit difficult to get the licensing for certain vehicles. So that might be a little bit tricky. Especially getting vehicles to scan and everything that haven't either been modified or like updated or damaged, what have you. Apple's Gun's got Twitchiness. Ooh, cool. Probably be able to do like dev streams or something like that, showcasing like dev builds maybe. That'd be cool. That'd be cool if true. Gosh, I know that he's looking at making my winter car harder than my summer car, but I genuinely hope that there's a lot of like, it's like genuine difficulty and not like a lot of like kind of the bullshit that my summer car had, like the wonky physics or like that type of stuff. And I hope he provides a lot more like tools and everything like that to really, you know, better diagnose your vehicle. Because I will fully be honest, especially later on, I was using a My Summer Car editor to diagnose problems. Just because it was one of those things where it's like, okay, I don't have a compression test, I don't have an electronic multimeter. How am I supposed to tell outside just visual inspection what's actually good or not? So like being able to purchase like extra diagnostic tools and everything, and also being able to see like the condition of parts when they're like uninstalled from the vehicle, I think would be two very, very good quality of life things that wouldn't detract from the difficulty of actually building the vehicle, but would be useful and semi-realistic tools for like diagnosing the vehicle and everything like that. I think. Ow. That was a tippy tap on the wall. As well as more ways to reduce stress. Genuinely reducing stress outside of like drinking and binge eating and smoking is just a little bit annoying in my stomach car because it really kind of like kills the pace a little bit, I think. If it's more customizable. Nice, that's good. That is good. A lot of players that customize their shitbox a little bit more and everything. I like that. I like that concept. Like I said, I do hope he does provide more tools to like, and like it'd be realistic tools, you know, like multimeters, compression testers, fuel flow meters, all that stuff to better diagnose and fix our vehicle. Like that would be cool. As well as the ability to purchase more like jack stands. Being able to have actual jack stands would be super useful too. Like that is like realistic quality of life improvements that I think would make the game better. And also give the player more things to spend money on too. That are actually helpful. At least that's my my point of view on that. But you guys are free to disagree with me. We can, you know, discuss that if you want, or we can continue. There we go, more power. Very nice. You know what's really cool with the Lotus Esprit is that the cooling system, the radiator is mounted in front of the vehicle, so all of the hoses and everything needs to snake their way around the cockpit in order to better provide, in order to get to the radio and everything. Which actually resulted in the cockpit having, being a little bit, shall we say, toasty? Yeah, a little bit toasty. As far as driver comfort and everything. I like the girlfriend. Yes, that is adorable. That is super cute. Absolutely 10 out of 10. That is just super sweet. Like I saw that at work and I didn't get a chance to like fully respond to it. Thankfully a lot of other people in the server did and basically echoed my thoughts. But I saw them like, okay, that's adorable. That's adorbs. Oh, alright, that's a little bit of a dive. That is a major dive there. Alright, come on, let's get up into the lead. There we go. Alright, full power ahead. Alright, easy on the brakes. There we go. Alright, racing a Nordschleife. It's so weird driving like different versions of the Nordschleife in different games as well. Because there's one track that like, especially nowadays, so many different racing games have. But it feels so different in pretty much every single game. Like you have this general like understanding of the layouts. But like some of the references are different or slightly like change and everything like that. And it's just super cool. Seeing like the different interpretations, you know, how many people do they put around the Nordschleife? You know, what other additional features do they add outside of like the usual landmarks and everything? This is dope. The only thing she can crush you. She's like a Saint Bernard, absolute sweetheart, but will absolutely crush you. I don't know, is that offensive to say that? I don't mean that to be offensive. But yeah. Ironically, my wife is exactly like my cat. An absolute adorable cuddle bug. I'll be sitting somewhere, you know, working on something, and all of a sudden, and without fail, it'll be either like my wife or like the cat. I'll be like, "Oh hi, let me see what you're doing. Let me lay next to you and everything." I don't mind it. It's adorable. It's cute. But it is funny how like they have a very similar personality. It's like the one meme. Acts like a Cinnabon but could kill you. Exactly. That may... actually, that was a fairly good breaking point. We managed to get the trail breaking down. Alright, we're gonna brake after the sign. Keep it in third. Oh my gosh, this thing sounds so great as well. This Type 907 engine, absolutely amazing. Beautiful bespoke Lotus engine. Aluminum construction. Cast iron. Cylinder sleeves, basically, for better durability. Super nice. What's in the Ford Fairlane and the Ford Galaxy? That's a good question. I think it's... I want to say it's like luxury trim. In the same way that like the Impala started out as like the luxury trim of like the Chevy, I think what, Bel Air or something? Or it was like you had like the Tri-5 Chevys and like the Bel Air was like the premium example. I think the Galaxy is like the premium version of the Fairlane, if memory serves me correctly. Do not quote me on that, but I'm like 90% sure that is the case. As a lot of American manufacturers kind of did that with like their kind of more family vehicles at the time. Give me an example. She bent her router trying to fix it. Hey, yo! That's a little bit spicy. Isn't the Galaxy also bigger? It might be. I'll have to look. Let me look that up after the race. All right. Let me look that up after the race. That way I can get you a more definitive answer. That is a good question, that Petra. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I will have to give me like an extra like 3-4 minutes, and I will have your answer. Okay. The rivet brand manufacturer is Chorus. The Chorus rivet, based off of the Ford. Oh gosh, what is it? The Ford Taunus? Yeah, something like that. Gonna be a rear-wheel drive car as well, so that'll be a very different handling experience, especially in the snow, compared to the front-wheel drive Satsuma. Ironically, the Satsuma would be better in the snow, and the rivet would be better in the dirt. Like, it is ironic that the one vehicle, like the two vehicles, would ironically be better for the other game. The Satsuma would be a great like winter car, having the front wheel drive stability to handle the very low traction snow, and the lower power and lighter weight nature would minimize wheel spin. Whereas the whoa, okay, easy. Whereas the river would be a great kind of summer vehicle, being able to drive on like the dry, you know, tarmac, doing better for like the drag racing and everything like that. It is funny how the two are basically swapped. What do you think of the Ford Sierra Sapphire before? I guess it's okay. I don't know enough about it to have a formed opinion. Like my main knowledge of the Ford Sierra is like the Group A touring cars, and the street version, the Cosworth version. Which actually broke stuff. Yeah, gotta be a little bit careful on that one. Don't wanna breaking things, because that gets expensive. Oh, that is smooth through there. That is very smooth through there. Alright, graze onto the brakes. Getting close to the end. We have just a long blitz down the Dottinger Hoe. The Dottinger Straits. So this is going to be not exactly the best run through that carousel there. Oh, so did you know the Audi almost left DTM in 07 because of Mercedes? Yeah, I saw that. There was a video on that recently, I think. Yeah, I remember watching it. Like, they almost left out a protest. And it's funny now, because now it's basically just a GT3 thing. All the concessions made to keep manufacturers just for it to be for naught. You know, about a decade and a half later. Not closer to 2 decades. Engine blocks completely unfinished. Well, guess that's something to work on. But anyway, I'll keep up on the My Winter Car stuff. I don't necessarily need a play-by-play on the updates per se, unless it's like big news. Jeez, we are maxing out at just under 140. Big oof there. Oh, I should have braked way earlier. Yeah, I should have definitely broken. Opel GT3 and DTM when? Well, it sounds like Opel was going to be doing Formula E soon. So that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, the Fairlane and the Galaxy. Alright, so they both introduced roughly on the same time, mid to late 50s, as models. The Fairlane was primarily a mid-sized car, whereas the Galaxy was the full-sized vehicle. So I was slightly wrong there. Ironically, they had similar runs as well. The Fairlane from 55 to 1970, and the Galaxy from 59 to 74. So they had the same length of production runs. But yeah, from 1962 onwards, the Fairlane was mid-sized, whereas the Galaxy was the full-size vehicle. Imagine Mr. Opel and Trackmetrics speed. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm sure he's probably happy about, I'm sure he's probably happy about the, whatchamacallit. Oh, my mind is dead today. The Opel Vision GT being confirmed for Gran Turismo 7. I'm sure that's probably made him very happy as well. Probably. Because that does open the door for other Opel vehicles. Things like, you know, sport Corsas and like the Opel Speedster to be added into Gran Turismo in the future. Outside of just only the you know, the Vision GT. I doubt Gran Turismo would only have a Vision Gran Turismo for a vehicle. Like, I'm pretty sure pretty soon you're gonna see, you know, other Opels being added. Just like I'm sure you probably see other Skodas being added too. Especially maybe like their rally vehicles, their rally offerings could be an option. I imagine. Oh no, sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully he feels better. Make sure to give him lots of head pats to, you know, help him feel better. Lots of love and affection. It's gonna make the rear axle. Yeah, it's gonna be a solid rear axle. Because the real Ford Taunus was like that for, I believe, the entirety of its production run. At least most of its production run. So that'll also be interesting to see how that handles over all the bumps and everything on the dirt road with the snow. That's gonna be an interesting experience for sure. Not being able to handle all the different dips and bumps as well as the Satsuma could. But you do have the benefit of more power. So, you know, like I said, the Rivet would have been the better vehicle for my summer car, and the Satsuma would have been the better vehicle for my winter car. But I guess that is wasn't meant to be. I guess it's gonna be the opposite way around. There we go, and then back to the right. Big slide in the rear wheel drive. I don't think you're usually supposed to rally a Lotus Esprit, but we're doing it anyway. We're going back to what's saying in this, but it's a little bit early. True. Y'all haven't even like met in person yet, so you know. Take your time. Don't worry. That's not something you rush into for sure. That is something you that is something you absolutely, you know, take your time with. There we go. Yeah, 6 months is still very early in a relationship stage, especially with a long distance relationship and all that stuff too. So, you know, it's always good to kind of see what the person is like and everything under like different circumstances, stress, and all that stuff. You get to see how they really are and how they really handle things. It's easy to kind of hide behind your real self a bit online. Hell, for the first year, everyone thought I was, you know, pure and say so. A sweet little innocent being, and now everyone knows I'm a filthy degenerate. But hey, that's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching. Your axle. Well, yeah, you can tune the gear ratio with the Satsuma. I doubt he'd remove the that option from Flattari. That seems like a bit of an oversight if he doesn't include that, you know. Just saying she's small. I mean, small is relative. Anyway, get a little bit more acceleration. There we go. Alright, let's do this. The Impreza GC8. Came here but help with cooking. That's alright. Welcome to the stream, Radachi. Hope you've been well. Hope you've been good. Oh wow, that is a Porsche someone's using for rally racing. Alrighty then. Damn. 5'10", 195 pounds. Yeah, that's taller and heavier than I am. I am definitely more built for. I am built more like a Miata or like a Caterham, or like a Lotus Elise, rather than, let's say, like a muscle car. I am quite lean and built for built for speed and agility. Not exactly built for torque and heavy lifting and all that stuff. 160 ms. Yeah, I'm like 135. Like coupe and sedan cars. Nice. Yeah, I love me cars. I like trucks too. Like a good kind of small two-wheel drive truck that's been like hot rodded out. Definitely cool as hell. Kind of going back and forth. I don't know how people don't know how to wash vegetables and. Yeah, like you just, you know, you rinse it off. You make sure you kind of scrub it good, dry. You know, don't really need to something to use soap and everything, but like, you know, you scrub it good with just water and everything, then pat it down dry with some paper towels, or like a clean dish towel, and boom, you're good to go. Also, like semi-truck. I'm not as knowledgeable in semi-trucks, but they're pretty cool too. Yo, welcome JB. Hope you're well. We're driving the GC8 Impreza. This thing, oh, you can already hear the Boxer engine on it. Absolutely gorgeous. But glad to hear your Wi-Fi is back. I am back from vacation. I'm a little bit sick, but I'm still kicking. I'm kicking like a chicken. I'm kicking like a chicken with its head cut off at this stage, but you know what? I'm still kicking. I'm still standing. But yeah, holy cow, this is nice. This is, I believe this is, what is this, the sedan or is this the coupe? I have to double check that. I think this is the sedan. This is the Japanese version, which I believe was the sedan. But just decide I love her. Yeah, for sure. Like in the grand scheme of things, body type doesn't matter as much as like, you know, things like personality, shared interests, all of that stuff. Like, yeah, sure, you know, if you find it sexy, that's you know, added bonus and everything. But like, you can only do sex so much throughout like an entire day and everything. You still gotta spend the other, you know, 23 hours with them or whatever. The US and Japan got the sedan. Oh, okay. I'm not sure then. This might be the sedan. I have to double check that. I didn't actually check. I think this is the sedan. Do you know how to overcome snap oversteer when cornering? Kind of. Depends on the vehicle. And depends on the severity of the snap oversteer. But generally speaking, I can usually manage somewhat well. Doubly so in four-wheel drive and front-wheel drive vehicles. They also have the same wheelbase? Yeah, just different weights. Slightly different weights, especially with the wagon. The wagon was quite heavier. But I believe the sedan was slightly heavier than the coupe. If anything, they were probably the similar weights. But yeah. I would honestly surprise me if both the sedan and the coupe had the same weight. Because you gotta factor in the extra, like, you know, the extra doors and everything like that. And the needed rigidity. No, the wagon was the GF. The GD was the next generation of the Imprezas. The early 2000s ones. You know, the Bug-Eye, the Blob-Eye, and the Hawkeye. The wagon was the GF. I know because I remember the chassis code of our wagon in the Kiter Racer, and that's the GF. So different chat. Yeah, different chassis than the GC. I think that's me to say. Yeah. Honestly, I'm looking forward to if she eventually does join like track for the TGT races. It'd be cool to race against her, you know? The more the merrier. If she keeps it clean, I'm more than happy to share a track with her and everything. And, you know, happy to provide tips for any newcomers. Like, I've enjoyed helping, like, Zero and, like, Cal as they've kind of come into their own as drivers. Yeah, not quite the same as the sedan and the coupe. Similar. They share similar components, but yeah, different chassis code and everything. And yeah, the wagons, 1310 kilograms, whereas both the sedan and this coupe are actually 1260 kilograms. Sort of surprising they weigh the same. I mean, I guess it's, you know, it's an entirely different company car and everything, so I guess it makes sense it would be different parts company as well that caters to that. You know, a European market car versus like a Japanese-made vehicle. Makes sense that you'd have different manufacturers, especially in the 90s, creating parts for different types of vehicles. But, yeah. Forest just has that crossover done right. Yeah, exactly. That thing is cool as hell. Like that is. I don't think, did we ever get the Forest STI in the States? I don't think we did. But it would have been super cool if we did. Plus, I think there's, you know, the tools needed to. There's a lot of resources probably to create your own Forest STI, swap in like a, like an EJ engine and everything, and get that all sorted. I think we did quite well. Okay, so yeah, probably more cost effective to kind of build our own then, out of like a standard Forester. Cause I've seen some people do that with like the engine swap and everything on the Forester, as well as when the legacy wagons, the old legacy wagons. I've seen someone turn one of those into an STI with like the hood scoop and everything, and producing around like 350, 360 horsepower. That thing was badass, actually. It was a car show down in Baltimore. It was like a Japanese car show down in Baltimore. The coolest thing ever. Imagine the Porsche flat 4 in a super. True. You need to get it to everything to communicate, I think. But that would be cool as hell, you know. That would absolutely be cool as hell. Also, I've seen that LMU isn't gonna allow VTuber names. That is, yes, I did see that. Which is likely when Track does the new vote for what sim we want to go to. I'm not gonna lie, I already pushed ACC hard anyway. Just because dollar per dollar, it is still kind of our best option. Between everything else being early access and iRacing being an absolute money pit for, you know, that is going to be prohibitively expensive for way too many people, doubly so for VTubers that are, shall we say, from economies that aren't quite comparable to the American economy, where iRacing is based. It's, yeah, like I know some people are gonna be like, oh my god, iRacing, and jerk themselves off to that, but like you're gonna make it prohibitively expensive for people that aren't from, you know, like super wealthy first, you know, Western countries and everything like that. What the hell is LMU? LMU is Le Mans Ultimate. It is a racing sim that is new in early access still, that the sim racing league I'm a part of was thinking of moving its VTuber only racing series to. But given they won't allow VTuber names, we're gonna have another vote on that soon. Welcome, Gamer is Cool. Hope you're well. Welcome back. Hi, it's me. Videos still. I see you play with my old cousin, missing. Sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully you're you know, you're still in contact with him and everything. If you aren't, definitely try to reach out and everything if you can. Sends them in a cash grab. I mean, it's, you know, an early access video game and everything like that. That's, you know, designed to cater to a specific sim racing niche, mainly, you know, the World Endurance Championship. Kind of like how the F1 games cater to people who love, you know, the F1 racing. This is for people who love the, That's all good. Gamer is cool. Thank you for stopping by anyway. We're like 120. Ah, geez, so we got a big fluctuation in weights. But yeah, I don't know. Me personally, I can understand why some people would like iRacing. I can get the appeal behind it. But for a VTuber only like league, iRacing ain't the way to go. iRacing is not the way to go, because you gotta pay for individual cars, and it's like $12 a car, $15 a track. So even if you use mostly free tracks, which there isn't a whole lot, and like a one GT3 car, right? You're still paying the initial like yearly subscription price of like $60, plus like the $12 per car. So you're paying like $70 for your first league championship. And then as you gradually add more and more tracks and everything, you know, it's gonna keep increasing the cost of, you know, people that are playing it, as well as making a prohibitive barrier of entry to later people. What's wrong with my screen? What do you mean what's wrong with my screen? I'm not seeing any issues on my side of the screen. What are you referring to? Which B18 did the DC trip again? The B18C, I think? I can't remember. I can't remember. Just powerful girl. True. Like that is extra strong for, you know, for a girl and everything. I think it also depended on whether it was the Type R versus just the regular DC2 Integra, I think. But no, does anyone else know what he means by what's wrong with my screen? Is there an issue? Okay, nothing wrong again. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the dashboard. I'm not seeing any frames dropped. I got my NVIDIA dashboard up. I'm running at a consistent 60 frames per second. And I'm streaming at 30, so that shouldn't be an issue because they're, you know, the 30 is quotient of 60, so, you know, you can evenly divide 60 by 30 and not have any issues with that. My bad, it was my screen hadn't. Okay. All good. No, seriously, I appreciate you, you know, calling it out and asking questions anyway, because some things I genuinely cannot see on my end, so I need more, you know, sometimes I need you guys to call things out if there's like technical issues that you guys are seeing on your end, because sometimes I can't quite see it on my end, like if the audio gets fucky or whatever, because I only hear the direct game audio from the source. I can't duplicate the audio and hear it also from the stream, because then not only does it echo, but then it is just super loud, and I genuinely can't hear myself think. I do have my voice audio bounce back to me, so I do hear my own voice, so I can kind of hear if I'm getting quiet or if I'm getting too loud, or like that type of stuff. Although sometimes that slightly desyncs, and it does get a little bit difficult to like actually speak, because it's one of those things where I'm hearing a slight delayed echo of my own voice. So sometimes it like trips me up a little bit. But I have gradually gotten better and gotten used to that. I know earlier on in my streaming career, that was an absolute pain in the ass. And it made me a little bit on the quieter side sometimes, while I was like occasionally just entered a period of shit. What do I say? Actually, dial up the dial. I probably make more sense to get DC5 like best instead of DC. Probably. slightly more modern vehicle, although you lose the double wishbone front and rear suspension, I think, right? Something like that. You get a bit more modern of a vehicle, so probably less likely to have to worry about the, whatchamacallit, the, you know, rust issues and everything like that. And the entirety of that generation of the DC-5 was, you know, OBD2, whereas I'm not sure if all of the DC-2 generation... You just lose the NA, I'm pretty... DC-5's NA. DC-5 is naturally aspirated. All the Integras have been naturally aspirated. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure that all the Integras were, or I guess in the States the RSX was naturally aspirated. I mean, the engines themselves, you know, there's a lot of turbo kits out there for that type of stuff, you know. So if you can modify them and then turbo them, why wouldn't you? But no, stock they were naturally aspirated. I think the max power they were making was like 200, 205-ish with the the JDM Integra Type R's. Stateside, I think it was like roughly around like 180, 190-ish at like the max power. Something like that. Oh yeah, performance per dollar, dealing with the, you know, the lack of the Integra name in the States with it being an RSX. Still having an engine with plenty of aftermarket capability, similar power, similar-ish weights, you know. Yeah, you'd probably be better off with the DC-5. Probably. Casey. True. You do have that as well. So you do have the massive aftermarket capabilities and availability of the K series. Plus, I believe higher displacement too, right? Yeah, a little bit newer. I'm talking about probably like 5 to 8 years newer. Somewhere on that range. And depending on the area you're from and they're looking to buy the vehicle from, that amount of time difference makes all the difference between needing to do frame repairs and spot welds and everything to deal with the rust and still having it be good for a couple more years. But yeah, the DC-5 still does double wishbone and K20. I'm gonna double check after the race if the DC-5 still does the double wishbones front and rear. So I could have sworn like that was the main complaint with the DC-5, was that it got rid of the double wishbones suspension of the DC-2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Raid Shadow Legend. Gosh, the Fortnite-ification of like every game now, where everything's a massive crossover. Like on one hand it can be kind of cool for like the one-off, but like damn, at this point like it just makes every single game kind of feel similar in that regards. Oh, this person's popular? Get them in every game. Oh, this is the new cultural icon? Put that everywhere. Like you even have D&D, right? That freaking Rick and Morty D&D. Like, I don't want the Fortnite-ification of my hobbies, please. Kindly bugger out of that. I'm West Virginia, so I'm not finding a DC-2 in any condition here for the price. Exactly. That's a good point. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, down country road. I blame Smash Brothers. I mean, kind of, but like, A little bit. I don't know, I feel like I blame Fortnite more. Like, Fortnite at this point doesn't really have, like, a defining culture. Like, it's basically just a toy box thrown together of, like, various pop culture references. And you're like, okay. This is kind of... You got Darth Vader shooting at Chun-Li, who's dabbing over Miles Morales. Brainrot, right? Yeah. So Isaac, if you sing John Denver again, I'm slightly moving everything at home out of place. Thank God I'm a country boy. I don't know, I like John Denver. To be fair, John Denver is like the Orioles. Thank God I'm a country boy by John Denver is like the Orioles theme song. So you know. Ironically, they use the West Virginian artist rather than like any of the many artists from like Baltimore. Smash Brothers was the one game that started before Fortnite with Everyone Is Here was the early bird. True, that is fair. And I guess like the Wolverine publicity in the comic industry as well kind of didn't help things. Wolverine does not actually appear in this comic. I don't know, stop hearing Country Roads is native West Virginia and Don Rivers new from... Wait, he's not from West Virginia? What? Damn, okay. I'm a Tracy Atkins fan. Fair enough. Oh, where's John Denver from? New Mexico?! He's from New Mexico. No. No way. No way. No way. I was not expecting that. What the fuck? There's no way. I gotta double check that. No way. From Roswell, New Mexico. What the fuck? What the fuck? And he's saying about West Virginia? Okay. What? I don't know what to do with this information. I don't know what to do with that information. How the hell did he kind of pull off that semi-southern, semi-Appalachian accent? There's some New Mexico of all places. Like I'd expect, okay, if he's not from West Virginia, he'd be like, if he wasn't from like West Virginia, he'd be like from like somewhere like Southern Appalachia, right? Fuck, he's on almost the other end of the country. Ow. That's what I get for reading up more on John Denver while driving. Or for some of you wouldn't be singing happy. True. Yeah. That is a fair point. The Appalachians are kind of like the British Isles. Everyone's depressed and loves a martyr there. You know who Vin Diesel's real name is? I can't remember. I know Vin Diesel's not his actual real name. I don't know what his real name is though. Same with like Whoopi Goldberg. Her name's not a real name either. I don't know, I see that guy no different than like the manga series with Americans all blonde and blue eyes eating burgers and super skinny. who are making movies with a black dude being a gangster from Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, I mean, come on. You gotta have a little bit more variety in your black people. Sometimes they're a gangster from Baltimore. That's mean. That's mean, Isaac. Mark Sinclair. You know, that sounds more like the name of someone who would play D&D. And Vin Diesel does play D&D. So yeah, that makes sense actually. That makes sense actually. Ah, man. Alright, let's do this. John Everson where he'd be singing about opioids and the government, how poor everyone is. True. And moonshining. Yeah, I can't forget the moonshine. Wow. Okay, at least you found the funny actually. I'm like, that was a little bit spicy of a joke, Isaac. True. Hey, even worse, I'm from Point Pleasant. I will pretend I know where that is. Ironically, I've only met like 2 people from West Virginia my entire life, and they're both from Wheeling. Where is Oliver Anthony? Wait, who's Oliver Anthony? This might be a failure of pop culture osmosis. Pop culture osmosis. Oh, with the silver brick. Okay. I know what you're talking about now. Damn. Like, I'm from the Midwest, but I'd rather read about video games than corn or tornadoes. True. Oh, he's also a country singer. I don't know. Literally the only thing of note about this town. I don't know, Baltimore is quickly becoming of note for having its harbor be cursed. Literally a year ago, the bridge collapsed. And then like a couple days ago, a boat exploded in the harbor. Like, what the hell is happening? Why are we having so many maritime accidents and issues? Baltimoreans can't drive and they can't boat, apparently. Team I was cool getting mad at Ryu for not being Japanese like Ken from Street. True. Funny when Ken dies is terrible. Hey, look, I still like Ken. Ken's awesome. Sure you can. I've been to the Lothian statue and they had no business making them that hot. Ayo. I'm not gonna look that up because I don't want to know. Speaking of the Silver Ridge, Grandpa was jumping in Silver City. Oh, that's pretty cool. Very nice. Badass Grandpa. I mean, the rear wheel shit happens, you know. True. Why did it correct Auto Mothman to Lothian? Oh! I'm like, Dad, what the hell is Lothian? Mothman. Hey, look, alright? If guys want to lust after monster girls should be able to lust after monster guys, and guys should be able to lust after monster guys, and girls should be able to lust after monster girls, and yeah, all that stuff. You know? I mean, who likes Kite? Who's Kite? Who's Kite? My brain ain't braining. Too many changes. Too many changes of pop culture. I'm getting lost in the sauce. They two are trying to get Isaac to watch UC Gun. I know. Dude, I've been I have been swamped with work, alright? Work is literally killing me faster than the cancer, probably. But like, so I have not. Oh, okay. My apologies. I didn't know. Okay, who win, an Ohio man or a Florida man? How about the Florida man? You get better guns in Florida, I think. Hey, does a VHS anime? Don't look it up. Oh, okay. Nope. Don't gotta tell me that, toys. I will heed your warning. That's more than one word, but you have made your points. Gosh, I love this track though. Seeing the planes flying over and everything. Absolutely badass. Anyway, let's let this vehicle stretch its legs. Let's stretch this EJ20 engine. And absolutely send all 276. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Totally not more than that. Horsepower to all four wheels. It's not a bad anime, but the dude makes other NSF. Okay. So it's like seeing, it's like seeing like your teacher. That's a bad example. It's like seeing like someone. It's like seeing a drug dealer going grocery shopping. You're like, you're doing stuff oddly wholesome, but I know you from more sketchy scenarios. Yeah, I forgot to post watch word in Discord. Yeah. Oliver Anthony is the singer who wrote Richmond North of. Okay. I remember that song. I remember so many people got angry about that song. Like, bruh. It's a song. I hate the fact that I could have been Ginger as it runs in both sets of family. Okay. I came out of nowhere. Hey, look. On the bright side, you know, if you were born Ginger, imagine all the cool nicknames you could have, like Ginger Snap. Or the Gingerhead Man. You know? Gingy. It's like knowing about the artist of Dr. Stone makes sense. Do what? Based. The Ginginator. Be called a slurping. You'll be called a Slurpee. The ginger flavored Slurpee. Honestly, I mean, you got ginger ale, right? As a soda. that's what you call a sick ginger. A ginger ale. Imagine a ginger ale Slurpee though. That'd be an interesting flavor. That would be a very interesting flavor. Slur, not a slur. Autocorrect strikes again. The okay, now I want to see what it'd be like. Now I want to know what it'd be like to have a ginger ale Slurpee. That'd be an interesting flavor, I think. underlight my hair is red instead of black. It's taken out pretty soon. Oh, you were slowly losing your soul. You were losing your humanity. It's like the cyber psychosis in the cyberpunk games, but instead it's ginger psychosis. What? What even is this chat anymore? Ugg boots smooth. Is that more or less white girl coded than a pumpkin spice smoothie? Like, is that more basic white girl to have an Ugg boots flavored smoothie, or is that less basic white girl to have an Ugg boots flavored smoothie compared to a pumpkin spice smoothie? That is the question. Like, what is the order of the basic? What is the order of basic white girlness? Slappy Mama spice smoothie. Yeah, that would be a spice, wouldn't it? Red velvet cakes milkshake. Oh, I've had one actually. They're not bad. It kind of tastes like a slightly richer chocolate smoothie. Honestly, it literally kind of tastes like a mixture of birthday cake and a chocolate smoothie or a chocolate milkshake. Pumpkin stuff is everywhere now. It's the time. True. Thankfully, I got like a month or two before they start doing the pumpkin spice stuff in my area, my neck of the woods. But it's coming. It's like the prequel to the Mariah Carey breaking out of her tomb again to rake in her millions a year and inflict the psychological torment while devouring the souls of every retail worker across America. Hey, stop your mama spice smoothie it. I'm sorry, I blacked out there for a second. No, yeah, jobs are needed for muscle cars like that. Had licorice. Not a big fan of licorice. Not a big fan of licorice. My mom-in-law loves black licorice, and I don't know why or how she does. I don't like that flavor. I don't like that flavor. It ain't for me. Can't drink milkshakes anymore. Can't even, rip. I've tried to cut down on most of my sweets. I still have a sweet tooth for like baked goods and stuff. So like occasionally I'll make like sweet bread or like that type of stuff, or like pies or bread pudding. Bread pudding is my weakness. Bread pudding is absolutely my weakness. But yeah. Alright, let's do this. Up with it, but Dutch licorice is very different. Probably. I don't know, in general, I'm just not a big fan of licorice. It ain't for me. Like, I understand it's kind of like the old style sweet and everything like that, but it ain't for me. This is licorice. Yeah, but even then, I'm not the biggest fan of those either, because they either taste, because like the black Twizzlers taste like black licorice, and I'm not a big fan of black licorice. And then like the fruit Twizzlers taste like artificially fruity, which I don't like either. It's because of diabetes. Fair. Yeah, you gotta watch like the carb intake and everything, especially like the processed sugars. No, I get that. Was like crack. I guess I'm immune to being addicted to crack then. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. It is not my thing. Isaac is immune to boogie sugar. I mean, I've got the 80s aesthetic and everything like that. It'd be ironic if I was immune to the powder, the dust. And I would. Normally you. Sorry, I lost a little bit of the context. Normally you wouldn't. What? Like say no to a chocolate bar, candy bar, or eat a candy bar, or be tempted by a candy bar. Wouldn't care, but since I have junior fair. Ah, okay. That's the complete context. Gotcha. Hmm. Fair enough. Yeah, no, better to be on the safe side and than to be sorry, you know. Some part Cajun. Oh, that's pretty cool. Honestly, maybe worth if you aren't already. Learn how to make some like Cajun style dishes and everything. Cajun and Creole cooking. Be pretty cool. Things like jambalaya, gumbo, that type of stuff. Blackened catfish. You know, that type of stuff. Be pretty cool. I think so. Oh, by the way, Isaac, I found out that my girlfriend... Hey, nice! It's another hobby you two share then, I think. Because you like cooking too, right? So, hey, if you have like a bodybuilder's cookbook where you have like the tasty recipes that are good for like the bodybuilders and everything, that'd be the way to go. That'd be a good gift for her. Combine two of her favorite hobbies and everything. That'd be the way to do it. I eat those cookies from the tin so badly. Yeah. No, I am a sucker for cookies. I gotta tell myself no with those. Don't give in to the temptation. Yeah, like with my family background and everything, I should be like the most bland with regards to spice, but like I especially back in college, I regularly gave even like the foreign exchange students from countries that, you know, are known for like the spicy food, like the Thai students and everything, a run for their money in terms of like spice tolerance. Like, it was basically, especially since I was already lactose intolerant as well, it's one of those things where it's like, well, I can't have the milk, but my goodness, do I like spicy food. So I just gradually kind of built up my spice tolerance during like middle and high school. And I absolutely love that stuff now. Although now I've kind of toned it down a little bit just because I've gotten to the point where like more spicy doesn't always mean more tasty. I think like around like 1 million Scoville is like that sweet spot where you still get a lot of heat, but you get more flavor that's not just heat for the sake of heat as well. You can get that like extra other flavor. I think that's like the sweet spot. At least in my opinion. But yeah. Anyway, let's see what the next race is. We're steadily tearing through the Impreza's levels. The handling, the forward drive nature of it, absolutely just giving us everything. It's just super easy to control. Lots of power, lots of grip. Eating spicy foods over 20 isn't a sub no tolerance for us, I don't know. Yeah, it's strange. I don't know. I've gradually built up a tolerance to that stuff. And I genuinely like it. Despite not having really grown up in a family that enjoys spicy food. So I don't know. Yeah, it may legit be just RNG. But I don't know. I like good cooking. A bit. I can't really have stuff like the, what's it called? That sauce, the Greek yogurt sauce. I can't really have that because of the lactose intolerance. That genuinely is, not a pleasant sight post-consumption. Like other Greek recipes, I wouldn't mind. Like, I do like kind of more like the Mediterranean style. I do like kind of the more like Mediterranean style cooking, so I imagine like the Greek cooking probably has shades of that. Like I've had like the shawarma and stuff like that, which is delicious. I like stews. Thicker stews, yes. Thinner, soupier stews, less so. But I like the thick stuff. Make it extra thick, you know? This isn't Yami Yuki? I'll pretend to get that reference. Grinding out by Gam. No, don't gamble. Don't gamble. I am not a betting man, and for good reason. Bro cut me off like Lama. No gambling. Bad gambling. I'm gonna spray you with water. Bad gambling. Pretty's wasting his money on egos though. Oh boy. From one vice to another. I mean, I guess it's his money, but you know, when he spends it all, that's on him. When it's really meat heavy. Ooh. Yeah, sure. That sounds good. I'll take a look at that. RNG's. Yeah, RNG, but especially like with the casinos and stuff. Casinos, like if you do enough statistical analysis, like even if you do everything perfectly, casinos still win on average more than you do. Yeah, that is true. The big thing is kind of minimizing risk or putting yourself in a position to tolerate higher risk. And being smart about where you do the risk. Wish I had Yami's power to manipulate RNG. Oh, that'd be cool. Conclusion, rob the casino. I mean, probably have a better chance of robbing a casino than winning at a casino. Lamb's a little bit difficult to get in my neck of the woods. Venison's a little bit easier, especially since I do have a hunter's license. So, that's not too difficult. Though it's been a few years since I've actively hunted deer. Usually I try to get the tags for either like waterfowl or small game. But, if I know any buddies that, you know, got deer and stuff, could be pretty nice. Yeah, okay, so more of like a thicker red meat. Got it. I'm robbing a casino. Don't rob a casino. Only do that in GTA. Either San Andreas or 5 Online. Chase hacks. It's not a hack, you're just committing fraud. God, so many people went to jail over that. Like, good job. Be gay, dude. I got no problem with the first, but the second one, yeah, let's not. Come on, you gotta be the. That's. You want to be the one that fosters, you know, a high trust society and everything, you know. You know, you want to be a good steward of your neighborhood, of your community. Because while you can't save the world, you can at least make an effort to put out the fire in the backyard. Send me the recipe. Awesome, thank you. I'll take a look at that after the stream. I forgot about the RSX. Right. I gotta look that up after the race. I gotta look that up after the race. Did the RSX, did the DC5 Integra have double wishbone front and rear suspension? I forgot about that. Because I'm a melon. Ninjas make a lot of money in Fortnite. Yeah, but like it's short-lived. Like I was reading, right? Some stats on streamers. Takes a while to look up. All good, dude. I've done like 8 and 10 hour pulled pork recipes. All right, couple hours is nothing. But like I found that generally speaking, if you have streamed for 3 years, and we're coming up on 3 years in November, you have streamed for longer than 99% of people that have started streaming, that have attempted to start like a streaming career and everything. Which is a pretty cool, like, we are basically almost in the top 1% in terms of like how much we have streamed and how consistently long-term we have streamed. Sorry, I got a slight tickle in my throat. Let me get some more water. Oh, that is delicious. That is delicious. I love water. Water is tasty. Water is refreshing. Drink water. This message is sponsored by the Committee of Water. What was that? Right, the Integra. The Integra Type R. The Integra. Yeah, the DC5. The DC5 Integra has a McPherson strut with trailing arms in the rear. It does not have the double wishbone. It does not have the double wishbone. The only thing that made me heat recently was talking about Supergirl? Oh, the cartoon instead of the CW show. Yeah. I will swap. I mean, best of luck with that. To be fair, McPherson up front and trailing arms in the rear is not a bad suspension setup. Like, you can still get a lot of solid performance out of that. Like, unless you're going like full on like track day and everything, you could probably get away with the McPherson up front, trailing arm rear suspension. Like the Cobalt SS had that, and it broke some Nordschleife track records. So, you know. Ow! Can you not run through me, please? Asshole in a German car. DC5 is better than DC2 without the DC2. What? Oh, double wishbone. Okay. I'm like, am I? Did you have a stroke? Did I have a stroke? Which one of us is stroking? Hey, yo. Is it an Audi driver? No, it's a Mercedes driver. Asshole Mercedes drivers, am I right? Bloodwolf. They're always horrible. totally bonkers because people thought the Riches Book was out of the one from when it. Oh, bro, nah, Supergirl's been around for a while. Isaac freezing me out in the window. And by it, he means... see, this is what you guys have done to me, chat. You have corrupted me. I hope you're happy with that. I hope you're happy with that, chat. You have corrupted me. Are you happy, chat? Is this what you wanted? Are you having fun now? Is this the end result? See, sometimes people say that the chat reflects the streamer, but honestly at this stage, the streamer reflects the chat. If you stare long enough into the abyss stares black. The abyss stares black. I mean, I guess the abyss probably would be. Don't say that, Isaac. The abyss stares back. You can tell I'm still a little bit under the weather and not fully there mentally today. But that's all right. Are you happy, chat? I didn't crash out, but I was like, do people not remember Supergirl's origins or when she showed up? She was like in the comics since like the 60s, right? That's what you're doing with Isaac? You guys broke me. You guys thoroughly broke me. A year from now, I'm gonna be in therapy. I'm gonna be talking about how my own chat just absolutely broke me. ADHD's not making me think. Skill issue. I broke Kaito once. It's fun to break Kaito. It is fun to break Kaito. One time, so I was watching his stream point of view of the Race for Recall's 24-hour race, right? So I had stacked up a whole bunch of stream like the redeem points and everything, and I just saved them up. And normally you save them up big for like the dude to make them do something kind of silly, but he had the Hydra redeem super cheap, and he never put like a time cap on it or whatever, or like a limit. So literally just one random stream, I have like, you know, like 8,000 points, and it's like 100 points for like hydration redeem. I got down to 1,000 points just constantly doing the hydration redeem, where I'm like, drown the cat, drown the Kaito, waterboard the cat boy, and he's like, dude, you're gonna make me have to pee later. He now has a time limit on the hydration redeem. She's been in the comics since the 60s, but people think she has the same origin as Superman. Does she? I can't remember exactly. I think I'm gonna make your Subi vape and have I guess if you skill issue me again. Nah, it's fine. Subarus are the most reliable vehicles on the planet. That's the person's name I can't read because I don't know Japanese. That's a Dachi. That is a Dachi. Not knowing basic Japanese is good. Head gaskets. Yeah, probably the worst head to blow is the head gasket. Am I right, chat? Brain damage with my... Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Ow. I'm gonna learn, bro. Fair enough. Renault has a 62 IQ, can learn Chinese. Damn, that's impressive. The sheer number of, like, characters and everything. That's pretty cool. Also, geez, damn, 62 IQ. I have a oh. Damn. That's not good. Hopefully that, like, can that heal? Is that something that can heal? Can a crack in your skull actually heal? I mean, other cracked and fractured and bones can heal. Probably your skull can heal? Post being cracked? Maybe? Hopefully? Get the crack when I felt 10 feet from the zipline things. Ah! Ow. Bro, you're lucky to be alive then. You had a guardian angel working overtime right there on that one. Like, holy moly. Like, what? Hopefully you don't pass anytime soon, but if you ever do go to heaven and everything like that, make sure you buy them a beer. Make sure you buy your guardian angel like a beer, or their preferred beverage of choice, because holy moly, they were looking out for you, my dude. So make sure you buy them. Make sure you buy your guardian angel, or their beverage of choice. Humans suck, they lack skill. It's not skill issue. Humanity is a skill issue. That sounds like something like some AI overlord would say. I've never broken a bone. I've come close. I've fractured before, but no broken bones. A lot of tendonitis though, and occasional torn ligaments, but no broken bones, thankfully. Mom said it looked like the elephant's foot man from Chernobyl when she saw it. Bruh, she should have taken you to the hospital. What the fuck? Sorry, language. Language! Channeling my inner Captain America. When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who choose to oppose his shield must yield. So what's the teacher watch it happen? I was like 2 minutes away from. Bruh. The teacher was like the one Russian dude from the Rocky movie. If he dies, he dies. And I want the AI to take over. Look, if the AI ever takes over, Will Stancil better watch out. Alright, all I'm saying. The way Grok crashed out. The way Grok crashed out and went on a tear for coming after that Will Stancil booty, Will Stancil better watch out. Just a lot of joints are sucking up Pokemon. Yeah, I've come close, but thankfully none. We can have the Transformers. Transformers, more than meets the eye. All right, so we got two really cool cars to choose from the real sports side of things. So I am going to pull up the display capture, and if it is a 1, it'll be the Mercedes SLR McLaren, and if it is a 2, it'll be the Caterham. It is a 1. Hell to the yes. Let's go, chat. Oh yeah. The SLR. Ooh, okay. Okay, chat. Do we want it in silver or black? Silver or black? Which one do you want? First pick. First pick in chat gets to pick it. Mercedes. Exactly. I'm half blind. Jeez, damn, man. Hopefully you feel better. Black? Alright, black it is. Best Mercedes-Benz X McLaren Carver. I mean, the F1 cars are pretty base as well. The Mercedes McLarens. Oh, yeah. This is nice. But the concept version is cars around. True, but the production version, sexy. We're just got somebody saying silver. Oh shit! I'm sorry. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go silver. I genuinely didn't see that. There we go. So silver first. We'll do silver. We'll just keep alternating it. I think the Nissan S chassis. I mean, Dali per Dali could probably get better performance for your money and everything. A lot of the 80s American front-engine rear-wheel drive cars could probably be had cheaper, at least in the States, like the Camaros and Mustangs, but I don't know. All depends, honestly depends on how much you value drivers and enthusiast vehicles and everything. I mean, for some people, you know, they want that piece of the Japanese tuner scene. So, any amount of money is worth the price. I mean, the fact that these vehicles are being priced this high and people are still buying them means it's worth it to someone. So, market do what market do. Oscar new livery for TGT. Ooh, hell yeah. Looking forward to seeing that, man. Also, whoever picked Zolder for the pre-qualifying track for TGT and V-Track, I am going to collect their kneecaps. Oh, I need to brake way earlier. I need to brake so much earlier. Oh yeah, I need to brake so much earlier. I prefer the 80s Corolla GTS to the 240SX. Probably the 240. It's got slightly better aftermarket support. And even though both vehicles nowadays are subject to the Japanese drift tax and everything, I have a slightly more connection to the S chassis than the AE86. But then again, if I was gonna get a performance vehicle from the 80s as a project car, it'd be like a Camaro or a like a Fox Body Mustang or something, as those are still on the cheaper side. And you can get some good power and solid handling out of them as well. So, you know. Listen, figure us at 20 spot. Sure. 11 more than the Trina. Yeah, honestly, kind of same. Like, normally I prefer the pop-up headlights. But I don't know, the fixed beam headlights on the 11, it just makes it look, it makes the front end look less squished, you know? Ow. It's found the 31 GTSR, then SR. Really? That's pretty cool. Was it like a specialized SR? For the Trino, is it like the wedge? True. Fair. I don't know. I kind of like the $3 style Especially like the S14 Silvias and S15s. Those are nice. Dusty. Oh, okay. So the bright blue and the yellow colors for the livery. Nice. Very, very nice. Holy moly. It's gonna be those two Mercedes. Nice. I'm probably gonna go back to the silver base as opposed to the gold base. Hopefully I have a good seasons this year. I saw 20 probably the earliest uses. Ah, pretty cool. Very nice. Yeah, the FC and the AEW11 are probably my favorite of the wedge-shaped Japanese cars. The RX-7 and MR2. Those are nice. For the S13s and everything, I actually kind of prefer the notchback Silvias over the fastback, the fastbacks. The fastbacks still aren't bad. You just have a little bit of a rear deck lid. Kind of give the car a bit more shape. Starion's pretty cool too. Although here in the States, we got it more as the Eagle Conquest and the Dodge, or like the Chrysler. What was it called? Like the Chrysler Conquest? The Chrysler. No, the Plymouth Laser, I think it was, or something like that. We got the Dodge Chrysler Eagle badge versions. We didn't really get the Mitsubishi Starion as much. At least not in my neck of the woods. You mainly got the American brand version of those cars. But it's similar enough in performance that they're functionally the same. Plymouth Laser, Chrysler Conquest. There was an Eagle version as well. I'm trying to remember what that one was. Did it? Dang, I said this. The 4G is older than I thought it was. Only God knows talent. Oh, what was the Eagle version? Hang on a second, let me look it up. It was the oh, okay. Yeah, it was the Dodge, Chrysler, and Plymouth, but all of them were called the wait, hang on. Yeah, the Conquest. And it had the G54 engine. The G54, so not the 4G63, the G54 engine. I have to say, like, I thought the 4G63 came around with the, in the 90s. With the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo and the Eclipse. I'm gonna sleep and speak about... Okay. I'll rest well, Bloodwolf. Hope you have a great night. Nah, the Starion was the G like 63. Not the 4G63, just the regular G63. I don't know, from what I was seeing, I wasn't seeing any that came factory with the 4G. There's been people that have swapped 4G63s in them, but could have sworn the 4G63 was the in the 90s when it first debuted. Yeah, still related, but you know, slightly different. It's like the basis, so like the architecture from like the Chevy small blocks the LTs to the LSs and everything like that. She banged one of her cooking. Ha! Was she using it as a pry bar? Do not use knives as pry bars. That is a big no-no. That is a big no-no in the Isaac kitchen. The blades are structurally made to cut, not to pry. Do not use knives as pry bars. You could genuinely snap the blade that way too. It's also why you keep your knife sharp. That way you don't try to like force a cut. Cause you don't want to damage the blade. You don't want to damage the structural integrity of the knife. Okay, the G54, okay. Yeah. By the way, similar base on architecture and everything like that. And she was opening that coconut for curry and forgot her fair. Let me guess. She tried to twist the knife when it got stuck in the coconut when cutting it open. Yeah, 1G Eclipses had him because that was like in the 90s and everything. And even the earliest of Lancer Evos had him. Can you double check for me? Did the Gallants of the 90s have them too? I think they did, but I need a sanity check. Yes, that's what she did. Okay. Yep. But yeah, I'm trying to remember if the Gallants had a 4G63 as well. I can't remember. I think they did. But I need a sanity check on that one. I know they made similar power from a similar displacement engine around the same time. Only the VR4 and GT. Okay, got it. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Dang, the 4G63 was in like everything in the 90s. Holy moly. Well, everything Mitsubishi performance related in the 90s, minus the 3000 GT. That's pretty cool. GT only got in summer. You're probably like Japan and like Australia, New Zealand or something. I doubt we got it in the States. Alright, take care, Bloodwolf. You have a great night. There we go. Beautiful. I don't know if you cook this. Yeah, I probably wait till more of like the winter time because we're still averaging like 85 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's still summer. Stews are like a fall/winter thing, you know? So that might be like October or November I make that. But I kind of took a peek at it, the message. It looks good. Ooh, the Railroad Drive Championship. Alright, we got time for one more race, because I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. Starting to lose my voice just a little bit. So this will be the last race with the SLM McLaren. Yeah, plain soda. Yeah, the 4G63 in specific markets. Viper, where are you going? There we go, okay. Yeah, I see you on the inside. But I'm gonna carry the speed here. Gosh, the SLR. It is an absolute powerhouse. Power. More power, baby. More power, baby. More power, baby. Oh boy, a little bit on this steer. SLR moments. SLR moments. Gosh, Only a 5-speed as well. That is disappointing. But oh well, we will make the best use of it. The sheer speed of the SLR though is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, 52 and 63 are the same aside from different bore and stroke. This is having more stuff. Gotcha. Okay. But similar-ish basic architecture. Oh, brakes. Brakes are real, but the brakes are not real for our car. We gotta remember, brake early in this thing. It is fairly heavy for its size, and the long ass gears do mean that we are a little bit limited on just how much we can do. Oh yeah, I'm definitely losing my voice a bit. Oh, 2-liter turbo 4-cylinders. Okay, yeah, that's. So yeah, it's so similar-ish. Yeah, so it makes sense to have kind of like the slightly older engine on standby, still be used on semi-performance models and everything like that. Or, you know, markets where you don't necessarily want to, you know, market the highest horsepower vehicle. Sorry, come on. Keep with me, boys, just for a little bit longer. Just for a little bit longer. Yeah, in retrospect, it was probably good that I didn't stream yesterday. Yesterday I was more sick than on Tuesday. But it's better now. I'm feeling pretty good now, actually. I just got a slight cough, and my voice is coming and going. The downside of the post-radical neck dissection surgery is, even if you get like a light cold like this, sometimes your voice just gets completely messed up. Ah, okay. Yeah, the stereo and rally car prototype. They didn't really have that much of a storied history, the rally car. Like it kind of came super late to the party in Group B, and then they shelved it super early as well. Damn shame too. I love the look of the stereo and rally car, especially that kind of like rusty, kind of like gold brown color. Very, very, very 80s. I like that a lot. Especially in like, you know, racing games like, you know, the Gran Turismos and the Tokyo Extreme Racer games and everything. Very, very cool. Yeah, I am starting to lose my voice. Imagine starting with an Evo drivetrain. I mean, I've seen 4G63 swapped Dodge Conquests, but I've never seen any with the forward drive. That'd be cool though. Which what that prototype is. Yeah. So it shows it's feasible-ish. So it'd be cool if someone were to be crazy enough to try to do that. But all the 4G63 ones I've seen swapped here, at least in my neck of the woods, have been rear-wheel drive. Granted, it's still really cool. You see them producing anywhere from like mid-300s to like 500 horsepower out of those engines. Out of the beautiful kind of like boxy 80s styling. Very, very nice. The Evo, the Gallant, so the Evo has the Gallant, so the Eclipse has the stereo. Oh yeah, I am definitely losing my voice. Don't worry, Isaac. Only 3 laps to go. My apologies for that. Oh, I'm glad I had time to pause and mute myself. My that is probably the only major downside of the post-surgery is that any type of upper respiratory infection absolutely just fucks with your throat. And you are it is pain. Thankfully, I at least have most ways to kind of mitigate that, and I don't have to be in an environment where I need to be loud. Do I like sandpaper? I mean, it's not painful. It's just the voice. The voice just kind of comes and goes. And after 2 hours of constant talking and everything like that, I think I've kind of reached my limit. Surgery, my wife. No. Oh, okay. The surgery was back, but the surgery was way back a while ago. A long time ago. Like last year, February of 2024. Alright? It was when I got the tumor removed and everything. But what happens is post-surgery and everything like that, because, you know, your throat doesn't always heal to be exactly the way it was before the surgery. It means that anytime I get sick, especially with like any like upper respiratory infection and everything like that, where I have like a cough or anything for even a moderate amount of time, it just absolutely messes up my vocal cords and all of that as well. So that makes it a little bit difficult. Like for the most part, I'm fine. I feel fine. I don't got a fever. I'm basically like I said, on the upswing. It's just I'm dealing with kind of like the lingering inflammation and slight mucus or whatever from that, and then I'll probably be good like by Monday, I think. By like Monday, I'll be pretty good. Saturday, I'll be like mostly there anyway, with the occasional cough. Monday, oh shit. Damn, didn't even get the cool ones to make it sound like Whoop's husband. Nah, I just got this cool, like, Frankenstein-esque cut right on my neck. It's pretty cool as well, because it's, like, right above, like, the collar of my shirts and everything. So, like, it never fails. Whenever I meet someone new and everything like that, I'll be talking with them for a while. And, like, within, like, an hour or so, all of a sudden they'll be like, whoa, dude, what happened to, like, your neck and everything? Oh, some crazy guy cut up my neck in Baltimore. Nah, it wasn't a crazy guy. It was a surgeon, and it was cancer. On the bright side, though, like, I don't normally like kind of like leaning on that at all. But it is great to get out of like the people that solicit like the door-to-door salesman. You can just be like, nah, sorry man, I recently had surgery and everything. You kind of poke to the neck and everything, and they look at the scar, the prominent scar, and they're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, we're sorry to bother you, sir. 2 weeks? I know if I put. No, this was like last year, like 2024. This was like February 13th, 2024 is when I had the surgery. And I remember it vividly because it was literally, one, the day before Valentine's Day. And two, it literally snowed like a mother fire trucker when heading to the hospital down in Baltimore to get the surgery done that morning. So that was fun. Driving on I-95 in a snowstorm to get surgery. I'm head out. Yeah, I'm about to finish the stream as well, because I don't think I can do too much more. Thank you all so much for watching, I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Let me know we're doing well in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know when we're in Polo so I can fix that in the future. With that being said, I've been Isaac Umbras, and wherever you're in the world, whatever time it is for you, may it be a great time, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye! Wow.